In this video, we're going to work with the file called absolutes. Once again, the name of the file is called absolutes. When you first open up that file, you're going to come to a sheet called what if. This is the sheet with the answers in it. A couple of things worth noting. This exercise is going to look at the idea of absolutes and also increasing something by a rate of change. In this instance, we're talking about households, and the households are increasing for the year 2009 at a rate of 5%, at 2010 at a rate of 3%, and 2011 at a rate of 4%. So the answer is in the sheet called what if. You can always go back to that to get a better understanding of what we're doing next. So let's click next on the sheet called case, what if. And as we can see here, nothing has been filled out. All we have right now are the number of households in the year 2008. What we're trying to do, our first step, is to determine how many households will there be in 2009. It's only a projection if they're growing at a 5% rate. We'll then look at the year 2010, where they're going to be growing at a 3% rate. And lastly, in the year 2011, if they're growing at a 4% rate. So let's begin by going into cell C2. We're going to start it off. It is a formula. Equal sign, the number of households in 2008, which is in cell B2, multiplied by, open parenthesis, 1 plus, and the rate of change for 2009 is located right here in cell B11. So for 2009, we're going to be growing at a 5% rate of change. That's what that 1 plus B11 stands for. Now, the whole key here, the trick, is that that rate of change for 2009, it's always going to be, right now, at 5%. It's not changing. It's always going to be in B11. So if you see that pattern, what you want to do is make that into an absolute. So we're going to do that by clicking on or hitting F4, which makes that $B, $11. Close our parenthesis. Hit enter. Go to our fill handle and drag that formula down. Next, we're going to go into the cell D2. And we're going to determine how many households there's going to be for 2010 if they're growing, the rate of change is at 3%. So let's go into D2. It's equal sign, the number of households in 2009, multiplied by, open parenthesis, 1 plus 3%. That's the rate of change. 3% represents the rate of change in the year 2010. But that rate of change for 2010, 3%, it's always located in that cell B12. So we want to make that into an absolute. So we're going to hit F4, close parenthesis, hit enter. Go to the fill handle and drag that formula down. Next, we're going to determine how many households there's going to be for the year 2011. Based on the fact, or not the fact, we're projecting that they will grow at 4%. So 2011, our rate of change will be at 4%. So it's equal the number of households in 2010, that's in cell D2, multiplied by, open parenthesis, 1 plus, right here, which is cell B13. That's the rate of change for the year 2011. And the rate of change for 2011, it's always in that cell B13. Right now it's 4%. And because it's always in that one place, we want to make that into an absolute. We want to make that into a constant. So we're going to hit F4, close parenthesis, hit enter, drag it on down. Now, just to double check what we're doing here, if I'm in cell E6, and if I quickly double left click it, the range finder, it's showing me what my formula is, which is the 12978 multiplied by that rate of change for 2011. Quickly double left click here. It's showing me the formula. So for 2010, it's 12600 multiplied by that rate of change for 2010, which is 3%. For 29, by double left clicking there, what I'm seeing is that the formula is the number of households in 28 multiplied by that rate of change for the year 2029 or 2009, which is 5%. We're going to finish this up by putting in another formula, which is calculating the total, the percentage for each of the cities of the grand total. Before we go any further, what we want to do is to actually total up these number of households. I'm going to start in cell C7, auto sum, hit enter. You can see what we did here is we totaled these amounts right here. So we wanted to get a grand total for each of the years. Go into cell F2, and we're going to begin our formula, which is equal the amount here divided by the total, and that total doesn't change, okay? The total will always be for the year 2011. It's always going to be in cell E7. So we're going to hit F4, hit enter. Drag that down. And even quickly double left click it to check our formula, which is E6 divided by $E, $7. Still to continue with this subject of absolutes, what we're going to do next is click on the sheet called Case Computer Data. what we're going to do here is we're going to determine the revenue based upon the units sold in area 1, 2, and 3, based upon also the amount of revenue that you pick up for each of these sales. We're going to start in cell B11, and what that formula would be is equal sign, click on the 30, multiplied by, this is for the HPs, 800, and the amount of money coming in for the HPs, it's always going to be $800. So for each unit that you sell, you're going to bring in $800. So we're going to hit F4, enter sign, or rather enter. Double checking our formula. It's the number of HPs sold multiplied by the $800 that you bring in for each HP computer sold. Next, we're going to do the Dells. Equal sign. The Dells for area 1 is right here, multiplied by the amount you pick up for each of the Dells, which is $850, which happens to be in cell B21. It's always going to be there, how much money you're bringing in for each Dell. It's always going to be in cell B21. So we want to make that into an absolute. Hit F4, hit enter. Drag that across. Double check it by quickly double left clicking. You can see 38 Dells, and the amount that you're bringing in for the Dell, it's always $850. Finally, for the Max, equal 40 Max multiplied by 1200. And the amount of money coming in for the Max, it's always in that cell B22. So we want to make that into an absolute. Hit enter, drag it across, and we're going to end there. Thank you.